Hello everyone, I'm Julia and welcome. If you are new here, we talk a lot about spirituality, personal development, and philosophy. But in today's video, I figured I would share some of these psychic experiences that I've had. I think it's really fun to listen to people share their own experiences, but two, if you've had an experience that you can't really explain, this might kind of give you like more comfort in knowing that other people have some different experiences too. If you're familiar with psychic stuff, ESP, spirituality, supernatural stuff, then you might be aware of like the clairs, like clairsentience, which is clear feeling, claircognizance, which is clear knowing, and clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. Personally, I'm more of a clairsentience and a claircognizant type of person. But within the past year, ever since I've really started developing my own spirituality, I have had visuals, which is weird. And that is something that I never really thought that I would experience, but it definitely happened. So I'm going to share that with you. But most of the time it is I just know something or I just feel it. It's more so feeling, but also knowing at the same time. They kind of go hand in hand, at least when it comes to how I experience it. Three of my biggest psychic experiences or spiritual experiences have happened through meditation. And I guess I'll start with the first one that happened. I guess we'll go chronologically. This was when I first started getting into spirituality and I was learning a lot about astral projection and I was really into it. They say to astral project, it helps if you're in a really deep brainwave state. So the perfect time to astral project is if you wake up in the middle of the night and you're still really tired and you don't get out of bed and then you just go straight into meditating and trying to astral project. So that's what I did. So I was meditating and I got really deep into the meditation. They say that you get into a vibrational state, and that's definitely where I was at. And when I was trying to astral project, there are a few ways. You can kind of imagine a gold or a silver string hanging out of you when you try climbing out of your body. So I tried that, but then I remembered my good old girl Bella from Twilight when, spoiler alert, when she got her vampire powers, she is a shield. And when she first learned how to use her shield, everyone was telling her to will it out of her. And I was like, perfect. I'm just gonna will my spirit out of my body so I can astral project. And so I did that. It was so intense. I literally felt my body I felt some sort of pulling away from me. I was doing this all with my eyes closed, and then at one point my eyes open and I see a purple light. My eyes are open and I'm awake. I'm not asleep. I'm awake in this moment. My eyes are wide open and I see this purple orb right in front of my face. It's the most vibrant violet color. It was pulsating right in front of my face. It was so close to me. It wasn't if you see an orb in the sky, it wasn't like that. It was literally right in front of my face. And it felt like my soul. At least that's what I thought in the moment. It didn't freak me out because of the way that the purple light felt. It felt very calming. It felt, like I said, it felt like my soul. It felt like my home. It felt loving and light. It literally just felt like light. There are a few possibilities that I think that could have been. So at first I did think it was my soul, but now that I think about it, given all of the knowledge that I've gained and all the other experiences that I've had, I think of it more as like a being or an entity or an angel that was like basically telling me that I was not ready to astral project. I think that's one possibility. I think it's also a possibility that it was a being or an angel or whatever, but their message wasn't telling me not to astral project. It was more so like I was in the vibrational state to where they could present themselves. It could have also been like a portal, like an astral portal. I don't really think that it's that one. I more so think that, given off of my previous experiences, I think it was some sort of like being, like a light being, which is actually really cool that I got to experience that. And you know, it's not something that I share really often, but if it was a light being, that just makes me feel so happy knowing that like I've gotten to experience it and that I am able to get on the wavelength of at least being able to see them. Definitely not like their wavelength. Like I know I can achieve the vibration that I'm meant to in this lifetime. So that was just like a really cool experience. After that, I might have tried astral projecting 1 or 2 more times, but eventually I just stopped trying because I think that there are so many other amazing spiritual experiences that we can have in this realm on this physical plane. So I kind of want to master those first and then give it a try again later. I'm getting goosebumps just like thinking about my second really spiritual experience because it was just so incredibly powerful. Like I've never felt that much love in my entire life. It was incredible. I was doing the gateway experience. I was on focus 12, so it's the second level of focus. It's deeper than the first one. This one you kind of like detach from your body. Like you literally, like I literally stopped feeling like a boundary between myself and everything else. So I was on this couch actually meditating, and towards the end of it I felt this presence, and it was like really focused right here, like on this side of me. Like that was like the main energy, and it was definitely like my spirit guides or angels or something. And there is like the main energy was here, but I definitely felt like along like this side of me, I felt like more presences as well. So it wasn't just this main one, unless that one entity or angel or spirit guide, unless their aura was so big that it was just radiating out that far, that could be 2. But it definitely felt like there was more than just one. Like it felt like I had like almost like a family or like a group that was like there for me. It was just so incredibly powerful. I started crying. Like I've never felt that much love in my life. Like I don't even know how to explain the experience that I had, because it was like I was just talking to them in my meditation, and while I didn't necessarily like, I didn't hear anything and I didn't see anything, I just felt that they were there and that they love me and that they're there for me. Literally nothing else mattered, because I got to experience such intense, profound, unconditional love and support. I remember that I just wanted to fully feel this experience because it was literally the most powerful thing that I've ever felt, the most amazing thing that I've ever felt. I'm sure that I asked them, you know, to support me along my journey and everything, but I didn't ask them any like specific questions that I remember. No question, no answer to a question would have been better than the feeling of that presence. The guided meditation was coming to an end, and you know, they wake you back up, or not wake you back up, but like get you back into like a normal state before like you finish the meditation, and I just remember being so sad. Like I was literally crying when I woke up because I just didn't want that experience to end. I'm so thankful that I had that experience because it taught me that there is so much love in the world, and you can experience that level of love at any time, and it is always there for you. I've had other conversations with my guides and everything where I ask them stuff, and I can definitely tell that they're there, but this was like, they're there. Like I know they're there now. Like I feel them. It was so beautiful. Like I can't even explain that level of love and peace and tranquility, and just like it literally felt like a hug from, I don't know, like the universe or like an angel or whatever. And so I truly believe that was an angel or guide or multiple angels and guides watching over me, being there for me, connecting with me. I'm just so thankful for that experience. So this third one was a little terrifying when it happened, just a little bit. It freaked me out enough. Nothing bad happened, but I'm gonna explain to you what I saw. So I was meditating. My eyes were closed, so all this happened in my brain, and I just saw these red eyes. Like these really like just red eyes. Like two red eyes and like an angular face. Definitely like sharp and pointy, but like just like this. And I didn't see anything else. Like there wasn't any color definition to it. Like it was literally just like red eyes and then angular face, which was like shadowed out. And that freaked me out. I called it away. I was like, I don't know if this is a demon or what, but we're shutting this down right now. Came out of my meditation right away, so fast. And then either the next day or within that week, I'm not sure the time frame, I see a picture online of the same exact thing that I saw. And it turns out, I'm not sure if it was Nick Hinton who shared this. I'm not sure if it was before I found out who the Bledsoe family was, but it was a drawing from Chris Bledsoe, who has had a lot of experience with phenomenon, and just, go check out Bledsoe Said So podcast if you want to learn more, because I won't even do it justice. But basically they are light beings who can pretty much manipulate their appearance to, be a physical being, I guess. And one of them that he saw looked exactly like that. My hypothesis for my experience was it was precognition, in the sense that I, had some sort of precognition to the fact that I would figure out or find out who the Bledsoe family is and their experiences, or that this light being, the other option was that this light being was trying to contact me. This one's the funniest one to me because like the two before, like I'm 100% sure that the second experience that I had while meditating was like I was surrounded by my angels and guides. I felt them, and that was like really powerful. And the first one I saw something, but I didn't know what it was until now. I'm pretty sure I know that it was an angel or light being in the sense. The first experience at the time where the red eyes happened, I didn't think anything of the first experience with the purple orb. However, I had already experienced the second experience, which was knowing that I was surrounded by angels or guides or whatever. So when this happened, it was really like scary. But after, of course I got out of my meditation, after I learned a lot more about other people's experiences with phenomenon or light beings, then it really had me kind of reassess some of the other experiences that I've had. And I don't know, it's just, I just think it's funny because that scared me so much. I'm pretty sure that my guides know that like visual stuff would freak me out. Same with like auditory. Like I don't really get auditory stuff at all. Like, you know, the purple orb didn't freak me out because I was trying to astral project. And at that time, I thought it was either my soul or like an astral portal. But this, I think, might have been them like testing the waters, seeing what I could handle. And at that time, I definitely couldn't handle it. So the fourth one, I'm going to preface with, I was a kid. I was really, really, really young. I lived in my grandmom's house with my mom, and I am pretty sure that house was haunted. But again, I was a kid, and I've always been, you know, interested in like spiritual type stuff. This could have all been a dream. I'm going to preface it with that. But I have a very, very, very vivid memory of me playing. The door was to my back, and I was sitting on the floor, like, you know, playing with my toys or whatever. And something was playing with me. I was alone. I was alone in the room, and something was playing with me. My toys were floating. My mom came in the room, or someone came in, and of course, like the toys weren't floating anymore, like once that happened. And then I went back to go play after they shut the door, and it wouldn't start back up again. So while this all could have totally been a dream, it really could have been a dream, I just have a really, really vivid memory of it. And while I have vivid memories of other dreams, none of them felt like real. Like that felt real. But I was a kid. It's a fun story. So I don't know, but I could have been playing with a ghost or something. I have no idea. Also could have been a dream. These last four are, some of them are heavier topics. Those will be at the end. But they all pertain to someone passing away, whether that be a person or a dog. So I do just want to give that disclaimer in case you want to click out of the video. Now's your time. These are also really hard for me to talk about. So I apologize if I'm like kind of all over the place with them. I think I'm gonna start with my Nani's memorial. I don't really know her religious views, but I do know that she wanted a priest to come speak at her memorial. When the priest was on stage, I start yawning, like if I'm in church or, you know, something like that. Like I just get really uncontrollable, like yawns. I don't know why. So that was happening. And then I see a figure right behind him. It was like light, like all light, and it was taller than him. It was taller than him, and it was like shaped like a person. It was all like whitish, yellowish light, very, very light, definitely see-through. And so I don't think it was his aura because it didn't surround him, like it wasn't radiating off of him, it was behind him. And so I really think that it was some sort of presence. It could have been his aura, but I do think that it was some sort of presence behind him. And I don't really have any thoughts on that other than could have been Nani, could have been someone she was close to who had passed away as well. It could have been an angel. It could have been anything. So I really don't know. There's not really much else that I can explain other than just share the experience. It was like just a body of light standing behind the priest. I don't really share these things because I don't know what to say other than say the experience, because they happen, you know, and it's a tough situation because it was my Nani's memorial. And same with this next one. So my granddad on my mom's side was declining, and he was in the hospital, and it was the last time that I saw him. And My mom and my stepdad got to see him a few more times after that, but it was the last time that I saw him. And when I went to give him a hug goodbye, there was so much light energy. And I mean, like, even though we were in a hospital and there were like the lights, like the really bright fluorescent lights, I was like, he was laying down and I was trying to hug him, and normally there would be like a shadow or something, but it just like was so bright. It was so bright. I felt so much love, and I felt, this time I don't really know if I felt like a presence was there. I'm assuming there was, just because there was such like caring energy. It was so caring. It was so like warming and like reassuring that like, it's gonna be okay. He's gonna be okay. Even though, you know, his time here is up, he's gonna be okay. And, you know, whatever happens with his spirit or soul, he's going to a good place, and he is gonna be released from all of the earthly things that hold us down, that weigh us down. Like, I don't know, like, I just got all of that just from that hug, and it just felt like maybe I was just connecting with him a lot, but it definitely felt deeper than just my presence with him. I don't know. And someone else, I'm not going to say who it was just because I don't know if they want me to share this, but they said when he actually passed away, because I wasn't there for this, they felt like a whoosh of energy, like leave the room. They were sleeping, so they got up and they saw my granddad was laid like a cross, which I'm not personally Christian, but pretty much my whole family is, and I have come to develop like better associations with the cross, different than the Christian belief, but I still think it's profound that he was like that. And they said that they felt like that whoosh of energy was an angel taking his soul away to heaven, and I just think that that's really beautiful. I know that there was definitely some powerful energy watching over him in his final moments, and I'm very thankful for that, because life on earth can be really difficult, and you know, no one should be suffering in their final moments. Their final moments should be peace and, you know, acceptance of everything, and, you know, getting the last taste of love, or at least what earthly love is like, from your egocentric brain perspective. I personally believe that there's more out there after death. These last two were not filled with as much love and light as the previous ones, especially because they were about dogs in my life. And of course I'm about to cry because I don't know, I love dogs so much. I've always felt a very deep connection to the dogs in my life. My first word was dog. I love that fact. When I lived in my grandmom's house, my grandmom worked in the basement, and we had 2 dogs, Taz and Misha. We also had like tons of birds and like ferrets. Taz and Misha were like my guardians almost. Like, they were like not my babysitters because my grandma was there, but like when she was working, like I was hanging out with the dogs. Like they were like my guardians and like my babysitters. So they were two black lab mixes. Taz was a lab chow mix, and Misha, I think, was a lab German Shepherd mix. But they looked like sisters. Like, I don't know. When we moved back down to Maryland, of course, you know, I didn't really get to see them much. And this one day, my mom comes home and she brings me my favorite Chinese food, and she says, well, I have good news and I have bad news. Which do you want first? And I don't know what I said. I think I said bad news because I think I knew that the good news was the Chinese food. Before she told me, I just looked at her and I said, Taz died. And I knew it. Like, I just knew. It was like Taz literally like just like rushed through me and told me real fast. Like, I don't know what it was. I don't know why I knew that. I mean, I'd just come home from school, I'm pretty sure. Like, no one told me. Like, I didn't know that, but I knew in some way, shape, or form. I just knew that she had passed away, and it was like this like download from, I really do think it was Taz like coming through and saying, hi, I passed away, I'm moving on now. And so that was hard. So this last one is definitely like the most emotional for me. I was in my junior year, or I was starting my junior year of high school. It was the night before school started, and I could not sleep. I couldn't sleep. I just had this horrible feeling about my dog, Pal. And Pal, he split his time between my sister's dad's house and our mom's house. I just had this like horrible feeling that he wasn't okay. Like, I texted my sister, I was like, hey, like, how's Pal? Like, I was having like uncontrollable panic attacks because of how I felt. Like, I knew something was not right. And she said he was fine. She said he was relaxing, chilling, but then later that year he did pass away. And I think that was a part of like precognition. Like, I knew something was up. I'm sorry, I'm getting really like weird with these last few because I don't really know how to talk about it, because I don't talk about it. But I think that like it's really important, as uncomfortable as it is to talk about, and as much as I don't want to talk about it or share these things, I think it's really, really important that I do, because I'm sure someone else out there, maybe you, has had experiences with death in this way. What do I do? Like, how did I have these experiences? What do these experiences mean? And you process it and think about it and think about it and think about it and think about it. Like, the reason why I can't really say anything else is because there's nothing else to say. It was an experience that I had, just like your experiences are experiences that you had. And while, you know, me knowing that Taz died when no one told me, or me knowing that Pal was declining, maybe that was like Taz saying it to me, or maybe it was like, you know, my intuition telling me something about Pal, like trying to prepare me for it. At the end of the day, they passed away. There's nothing really else to the experience that I can vocalize, because their life was the most important thing to me, and they're not here. I still believe that they're watching over me. Acceptance is where I'm getting with this, is just learn to accept that these things have happened, learn to process them and deal with them, and you know, move forward. But I think that's why a lot of people are scared of psychic experiences or spiritual experiences, because they're not all love, they're not all light, they're not all fun. Sometimes they're really weird and really uncomfortable and make you cry. But it's really important to A, accept when it's not something good, and B, realize that there is more. That, you know, I had those experiences with Pal and Taz. With Taz, I was younger than Pal. I was in middle school. With Pal, I was in high school. You know, I was a teenager. I was young. I was really, really young. And those were like some of my first psychic or spiritual experiences when it comes to interacting with energy, with unseen energy. You know, since then, I have had all the experiences that I said previously and many more that I'm probably just forgetting about, because to be honest, I don't really think about like spiritual experiences that much. Like, when they happen, like it's like they happen, like it's a fact. I don't know. But I've had these at least like 4 or 3 really cool, like positive experiences, really loving experiences, really great experiences. So if you're ever in a place where you're experiencing something negative, just know that you can experience these really positive things. And I think another important thing to mention is the difference in my vibration between my experiences with Pal and Taz. I think that was mainly just because of how close I was to them, to my experiences with everything else. I was in a much higher vibration. I was in a much, much, much better place. I was really genuinely happy and in tune with myself, in alignment with source and everything. So if you're searching for psychic experiences, if you're searching for spiritual experiences, the first thing I'm gonna say is don't search for them. They'll happen. The second thing that I'm gonna say is focus on maintaining your vibration. Focus on maintaining or uplifting yourself or elevating your vibration, because that is when you're gonna have the profound experiences like I had at the beginning, where I was surrounded by my angels or my guides or whatever. That's when you're gonna have those super powerful loving experiences, is when you love yourself, when you learn what love truly is. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions or want me to explain anything further, please leave a comment down below, because these things are hard for me to talk about, so I'm not sure if I articulated everything that I wanted to, but I will happily explain further if you have any more questions. If you've had any like supernatural experiences that you'd like to share with us, also let us know what those are. Again, I really am so thankful that I have the opportunity to share these things with you, because one, some of them are really entertaining, and two, the others, I think it's just important to talk about and to normalize having weird experiences at difficult times, and just show everyone that, you know, we're all connected. We're all connected and we're all there for each other, or at least I'm there for you. And yeah, so again, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Bye.